Hey folks, Tinker here with a fun little short video about all the things you haven't seen in the Iron Man series so far. As you can probably tell, I edit out a ton of hours of gameplay where I'm farming drops or gathering resources. But because of my arbitrary account restrictions, there's also some content you won't see because I won't be able to access it until well into the future. So this is a little in-betweener, a neat amuse-bouche of content outside of the main series between episode 5 and 6. I present to you, Oh, the Places You'll Not Go. If you watched episode 5, you know that I'm working on the Crystal Ball, an insane level 24 recipe that's forcing me to battle Kenya Plains Borks and the Mantis Score. To help me out, I've been leveling other professions to improve my gear, and running into a few interesting roadblocks along the way. First, Moon Island. At this point on my account, I have no way to access Moon Island. At all. Why not, you ask? Well, remember how I'm making tailor recipes in order, one by one? This all comes down to the short quest you need to access Moon Island. Leave and not come back. In this quest, you land on Moon Island by shooting yourself out of a giant cannon. And that's it. That's the quest. But to ride that cannon and survive, you need a helmet and a pair of wooden wings. And those are each level 20 tailor recipes. So now you might see the problem. I need to make 2 tailor recipes of the same level in order to complete this quest. That would mean gaining unneeded tailor XP, voiding the point of this whole wild little experiment. I can't make both. Now, it's not all doom and gloom. One day I will reach a gap in the recipes where I can make up the XP with a random combination of items. I did this for level 5 way early on, and that's why I have 1 extra tailor XP. By my prediction, I should get the next opportunity either at level 25 or level 31. 25 is only Christmas recipes, so it'll depend on the timing, but probably I won't be able to make those. Until then, I am totally locked out of Moon Island. I am also locked out of the short quest The Angel Gabriel in the Goblin Camp, since you also need wings for that one. So that's another random little restriction for this Iron Man account. The other far-off destination is a magical cave in the Wild Canyon area of the Koalak Mountains, which is actually the reason Tinker has a pet instead of a mount. No offense to my lovely kitten Crystal O'Hairball, but mounts would give a ton of neat bonuses and some achievements too, so why am I not riding one? Well, on an ordinary account, you could go buy a mount certificate from the market and equip it at a public paddock. But I can't use markets as an Ultimate Iron Man. So the only Iron Man friendly way to get a mount is to catch a wild one yourself. But to catch a wild mount, you need the mount taming spell. And to get the mount taming spell, you need to complete the Coolidge Cavern dungeon. And the Coolidge is level 100 and has a really powerful turn-skipping spell, basically, that makes this dungeon pretty tough for its level. If you caught my live streams or Let's Plays, or maybe you're in the future watching this after episode 6, hello, hope the world's good there, you've seen how much a struggle it is just to beat a level 80 dungeon. So at this point in the account, I am really far off from ever defeating the Coolidge and earning the ability to capture mounts. I'll probably try it in the distant future, but I'm definitely locked out of mount riding for now. Okay, keeping it moving, impossible item number 3 out of 4. I want to remind you guys about one item I've been missing out on for a few episodes now. That is the beautiful Silver Dofus. This is an awesome item for its level, which provides you a one-time life-saving heal if your health dips too low in a combat. This would be a game changer for Tinker, who is often up against lots of mobs that bring her right down to the brink of death. Unfortunately, just like Moon Island, this item is locked behind unmakeable tailor recipes. You see, the Silver Dofus is awarded by Ratthrusk for completing an achievement called From Incarnum to Astrub. This achievement itself is triggered by a few other achievements, including Setting a Good Example, which is awarded for completing all of the Incarnum tasks. Now, Tinker has done all the legwork for this except Harvest Time, which requires completion of all the profession quests in Incarnum, which requires, you guessed it, producing tailor recipes out of order. Now, I probably could have made one of these level 1 recipes in the first episode, but I wasn't thinking ahead in planning my quests and manufacturing. At any rate, making both of them would have been 2 recipes of the same level, putting me off balance for tailor XP, and I won't let that happen on this account. So maybe at level 25 or 31 tailor, I can work out the XP amounts to finally check off this long chain of achievements. Until then, I'm missing out on that shiny and very useful silver Dofus. The last softlock content for today is just blocked by an extraordinarily long grind I am dreading. As part of my Mantis Core battling, I'm on the hunt for good gear, especially if it gives extra movement points and action points. So I really had my sight set on the Axle. The Axle is a beautiful level 72 shovel that gives chance and vitality, but most importantly, it gives an action point. Every extra AP I can get is a huge boost to the damage per turn I can dish out, which is going to be critical to taking down enemies that dramatically outrank my other gear. Some of the Axle ingredients are standard mid-level drops and profession items, but one ingredient is a little tougher, and that's the Nelween Down. The Nelween Down is a drop and achievement award from, well, the Nelween. And in theory, I could probably scrape a win against this level 70 dungeon keeper. Unfortunately, there's one little problem. Unlike most dungeons, the laboratory where Nelween resides is quest locked. You can only access it after completing the quest, Where Did the Seventh Company Go? This is a perfectly fine quest where you run around looking for missing guests of the number Antichrist Inn, but one of the last steps before you enter the dungeon requires you to have the Bruman Tintorius's laboratory key. And most people can just buy this from the merchant standing ready to make a quick kama. But I can't purchase from merchants. So the only way I could complete this quest and take the Nelween Down for some Nelween Down would be to make my own key, which would require level 70 Handyman and a batch of Citamote resources. I'm level 13 Handyman, and this skill is really slow to train, with resource-intensive recipes giving only small amounts of XP. I guess it's supposed to be a profitable money-making profession when you mass-produce popular keys to sell, but for a character who can't sell items for money, it's just a big time sink. I'll work up my Handyman level one day, but not today, folks. Not today. Obviously there's tons of other difficult to access content for Tinker, but I thought I'd just highlight a few of the ones that have come up so far and have interesting reasons why I can't reach them yet. None of these are insurmountable, they're just challenges for a later episode, each a unique and interesting little grind to conquer. Maybe you'll see me get to Moon Island in episode 8, or take on the Nelween in episode 13, I don't know. We'll see what the recipe book has in store for us in the future. In the meantime, we will keep tackling the Crystallo Ball. Keep your eyes open for the next episode. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you for more Crystallo Ball progress in episode 6.